What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? So, as we speak right now, I'm sitting on the side of the road. Why? Because Leadcore terminated me. They said because it wasn't working out. All right. But the real reason they said that was because FBI contacted me, wanted to talk to me about the missing case of Naomi. Irony. I think that's how you say it. Okay. So I believe Troy Driver buried some evidence out the mines. The reason why I say that was because he acted suspicious for those three. So he was my mentor at Leadcore for 3 weeks, from March 7th till March 25th, the day he got arrested at the office. Okay. Where did I start? So March 7th through 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Through the 11th, we were at the office for all week pretty much, getting ready. You know, I had to do my safety orientation and all that shit. The following week, which was, so that weekend was the weekend that she got abducted, right, Naomi? She got abducted that weekend, okay? On Sunday, which was the 13th, Troy text messaged me and said he got subpoenaed to court for an underage minor, and I had to put no names on there, at 2:30 p.m. So he wasn't going to make it to work on Monday. We were scheduled to go out to mines so I could get my sights at every mine and do all my safety stuff, okay? So, so he texted me he's going to be there at work. So on Tuesday, we show up to Rains in Eureka, Nevada. We were supposed to meet there at 9 a.m. I showed up around 8:30, texted him, hey, where you at? I'm already here. He says, I'm running. Okay, so Troy texted me that he was going to be late to show up to Rains. He pulls up around 9:20 a.m. He was supposed to be there at 9. Mind you, Troy is never late to anything. He's always early when the time is set. So he was late, which was after the weekend she disappeared. Okay. He shows up, I get in his truck, we go in his truck to the GRP mine. I get my sights there. We go to the McEwen mine. At the McEwen mine, no one was there to give me sights, so we just drove around. It's around 6 p.m. when we left the McEwen mine, and he wanted to go to the Northumberland mine, which we wouldn't have been there until 9:30 p.m. at night. So we head there. When we get to the Northumberland mine, he hauls ass down the road, yada, yada, yada. So he hauls ass down the road, and we get there, and he has to get out to pee. Mind you, he never takes breaks. He doesn't do shit. So he gets out, I get out, I had to pee too. As I'm peeing, you don't hear nothing coming from him, so he's not peeing. So I wonder if Troy actually dumped some evidence out there at that mine, at the Northumberland mine. Okay? That's first suspicious. We leave that mine like around 11 p.m. and then start heading into town. We stop in Austin because that was the only store we had to get gas. He pumps gas. I grab a bag of chips and soda. I hop in my truck. He stays behind. So I don't know what he did when he stayed behind. He could have gone back and you know, please hope to God he didn't kill her, but he could have disposed of her body out there somewhere. I don't know. I'm only here doing this video because I think Leadcore fucked up and they got rid of me for no fucking reason, just because I told FBI the reason, you know, of where potential evidence could have been at. And it's going to sacrifice their job or their name. Well, Leadcore's a piece of shit. First of all, Leadcore didn't know that Troy was a fucking murderer. Okay? Leadcore did not know that he murdered somebody when he was 17 years old and he spent 15 years in prison. Is my first fact. That I'm pissed off about. Yeah. Okay? The second reason is, I mean, they had no reason to even get rid of me. So, what was that? Okay, so that day's over, right? That was That was Tuesday, March 16th. March 17th, we go out to McEwen because the guy was there to do my sites. We do my sites at the McEwen mine, and then we head up to go look at the project, which is the McEwen Hall Road project we're going to do. He wanted to leave me up at the offices doing SWPs for no reason. He didn't want me to go with him to go walk that project. I'm thinking the reason why was because, again, he was getting rid of evidence of Naomi or whatever. So he tries to leave me at the office. The engineer butts in. She says, no, he's going to go with you. I end up going with him. I walked about a mile with him because I had an appointment in Winnemucca at 4 p.m. that day, so I couldn't really walk the whole project. I walked with him the whole time. He's being an asshole, giving me shitty remarks and yada, 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 which I knew something was up with him. Something was wrong there at that day. So I walked a mile with him, but then he walked 2 miles by himself out there in a remote area where there's tree line and nobody can see you out there. So that's a perfect place to either dump, body parts or evidence or whatever the case might be. After that day, we go to the office on Friday and, everything's good, normal. That following Monday, I got sent out to the McEwen mine again to go get samples. I got samples, dropped them off in Elko. That was my day. Tuesday, I didn't show up to work. Wednesday comes along. Troy showed up late again because he had a dentist appointment again. That Friday passed, he had left early Friday because he had a dentist appointment also. That could have been the date that Naomi went on. I'm not sure. So, Monday goes by. Tuesday, I didn't go. Wednesday, he showed up to the office, clean shaved. Mind you, he had a beard. Remember the beard? Picture, he had a beard. I seen him with the beard. And then Wednesday, he shows up with no beard. I was like, hey, what's up? New look or what? He said, yeah, I just decided to shave it off. I said, oh, wow, okay. This is before I even knew anything of him, okay? Before I knew he was a murderer or anything. I suspect, and I possibly believe 100% that Troy Driver buried some evidence out at those mines of Naomi. Believe it or not, Ledcor had me working with him for 3 weeks, not knowing that he was a fucking murderer and he killed somebody prior to him working for them. How is that? And then they terminate me because I told the FBI evidence that could potentially bring home Naomi or potentially, bring home body parts of Naomi. I mean, he's a fucking crazy guy for sure. Troy Driver is definitely not someone you want to fuck with. I can care less because ain't nobody going to touch me. But definitely post this, share this shit. Ledcor terminated me for a wrong reason because I helped the FBI potentially get them evidence of Naomi. That's why. And I'm pretty upset and pissed. And I hope that they get theirs. And I'm going to get a lawyer. And I'm going to tell them all the facts. And I have facts. I have emails. I have everything. Troy was a really knowledgeable guy. I never sensed that in him until they started bringing up history of him. Now I know. He's definitely a murderer. I definitely think, sorry to say it, but I definitely think Naomi is already dead. And he buried her somewhere out there. In between all this, that Friday that she went. All right, so my phone actually died earlier, and that's why I couldn't finish the video, but here's part number 2. So, as I was saying, I think it was that week, the week after she went missing, we were together again, and we were going out to the Northumberland mine, and he stated, I said, what'd you do this weekend, or how'd your weekend go? He stated, oh yeah, I went camping this weekend with the wife and kids. I'm not sure. I don't really ask him, questions about him and his family. But as far as I know, I don't even think he has a wife and kids, or he does have kids, but they're separated. I think he has a girlfriend. So that was already a lie there. That's what made me believe that, in fact, he was the abductor and he was a kidnapper. And the reason why I think that he is, in fact, the killer of her, or, potentially killed her, is because he already had a murder, when he was 17 years old. So if you murdered somebody when you were 17 years old and did 15 years in prison, how in the fuck do you expect him to not kill her after he abducted her. Okay. Um, Another thing is, I don't know what Ledcor's policy is. Obviously, I know that they did a good background check on me. I know that they knew everything about me. Why didn't they do that to him? Because he looks like an okay guy? Well, no, he doesn't. Even from the beginning, I called it out. I said, "This guy's a fucking weirdo," and my son can testify to that. Um, Not only that, we had a couple problems out at the mine too. Like I said, he set me up for catastrophe. He sent me out of the mine without a radio, and he's a safety guy. So how do you do that to somebody? You know, um, I really do believe she's out there somewhere, but I definitely know or feel that she's not alive anymore. Um, just according to his prior convictions of the murder that he had in Ukiah, California, um, I definitely 100% think he murdered her. And for Ledcore to even try to cover that up, or for Ledcore to get mad at me for telling FBI the truth of what I know, is pretty upsetting. It really it pisses me off because you would figure that they want me to tell them exactly what happened or where we're at. In fact, so they could find her body, not to get them in trouble, not to make Ledcore lose jobs, not to make Ledcore look bad. You know, in the paper, it already stated that they arrested Troy Driver at his house, which is a false statement. They arrested Troy Driver at Ledcore's office in Reno, guns blazing and everything. Um, so that's what's crazy about the whole thing is, not only did they lie about that, now they want me to lie about, potential evidence for her or where she could be at. Um, to me, to me, that should be the last thing on their mind is them losing a job, $1 million job. Who cares about $1 million job? They're a multi-billion, quadrillion-dollar company. That core is huge. Why would they want me to lie about some evidence that they could have there? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's really killing me. Yeah, I lost $120,000 job a year, but to me, getting FBI or whatever, the statements that they needed of where he was at, of if his stories line up, to me is better than anything. Really. So just want to thank Ledcore for being such a piece of shit, and thanks for the opportunity to not be great with you. And thanks for checking your employees' backgrounds. So now, for all you miners out there that have Ledcore people on there, don't expect to know who the fuck's working on your mine. You know why? Because Ledcore doesn't do background checks unless you look like me. Because I can assure you for a fact that they knew everything on my background. Why didn't they know everything about Troy? That's funny. And I was working next to him for 3 weeks. That guy could have fucking murdered me or kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it wouldn't have happened because I would have beat his ass. But I'm just saying, those are the kind of things you gotta watch out for, And they, in fact, did not. They didn't even know who he was until the paper brought it out. So that shows you what kind of background checks they be doing. If they see you as a good-looking person, they're not gonna do a thorough one. They don't really give a fuck. Ledcore is not the place to work, and is definitely not the contractor to have on your mine site. I'll tell you that right now. Goodbye and have a good day. That was the second part of my video. I'm actually irritated and aggravated right now. I wanna just but I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like I said, everybody gets theirs. I'm definitely gonna pursue this. This is not the end of this. Ledcore will get theirs, and I'm gonna make sure of that. Not only did they terminate me in the wrong way, but they also made me want to hide shit from the FBI for Naomi's, return home. So put that in your books and put that in your statements. Please share the video. There's two parts to this shit. Share them both. Let the world know what Ledcore is doing, and what they wanted me to not do was to talk to the FBI and tell them evidence of where Naomi could have been at. Peace. Please make this viral. Please. Thank you guys.